Hi girlies, I hope you're all doing well, and as requested, today's video will be about my top 10 things I wish I knew sooner, and this edition specifically will be about my personally very life-changing skincare, makeup and also sort of fashion tips. So let's not talk too much and dive right into the video. I really hope you enjoy it and that it is helpful. So in case you do, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and maybe also leave a comment or a subscribe. And yes, love you! So the first one that I have for you is that the perfect makeup only looks good on well moisturized skin. And what I mean by that is that you can have the most high quality, expensive products in terms of makeup as much as you want, but if your skincare itself is not done properly and your skin is maybe just very dry and a little bit itchy or something, then your makeup will pretty sure always end up looking creasy or just not good, and maybe also just, I don't know, very unhealthy maybe also. And this might also be because I personally prefer glowy makeup over matte makeup, but I would say even for those girlies that are preferring to do their makeup in matte, you should still pay attention to moisturize your skin before this. If you have oily skin, then it might be a little bit different in terms of what you do for your skin preparation, because it's not just your regular like morning skincare, it's a little bit different. But yes, so this is very helpful. And on the other hand, you can also take this for your advance, because what I personally love about this life-changing kind of tip is that even though you maybe have a matte or just very low quality foundation, bronzer, anything like that, especially for cream products or liquid products, if you try to prepare your skin as best as possible, you can still get a nice result out of a very maybe cheap or low quality foundation or something like that. So you can really take this for your own like advance, you know? Now the second one that I have for you is sunscreen, because in my opinion sunscreen is the ultimate anti-aging hack. And the reason why I'm saying this is because probably most of you think, oh my gosh, sunscreen, who would have thought? It's a bit basic to give this as advice. But the thing that most people sadly are misunderstanding is that you definitely shouldn't only apply sunscreen doing maybe tanning or just during the summertime or when you're outside. You should also do this during autumn, winter, spring, yes, summer of course as well, especially in summer. But for me, I included sunscreen into my morning skincare or just my makeup skin prep, so you should do this as well and just do it on a daily basis. And this is also the reason why you should do double cleansing in your evening skincare, because when you have sunscreen on, you don't want to go to bed like that. It's not good for your skin. But if you have it on during the daytime, it is very good for your skin, and you don't have to prevent any wrinkles in the future because you don't have that much. Okay, now the third one might be a little bit controversial as well, because I feel like many of you don't really do that. And I also used to make this mistake pretty much on a daily basis because I want to have healthier skin. And my acne sort of didn't go away, and I literally tried everything, diets, medical things, and literally I went through this all, even though I still have a little bit of pimples. But talking about skincare generally, less is more, trust me. Because if you oversaturize your skin with any unnecessary products, so that you just have too much product on there, or you just include too many products into your skincare, I think we all know these 10 or 20 step skincare routines from TikTok, I wouldn't recommend them, because on the one side, I also saw that many celebrities actually are doing this, because if you only use one product and already use way too much from it, and then you go in with other products and use way too much again, your skin will pretty much be overwhelmed, and actually overstimulating your skin with skincare products actually does more harm to your skin than any good. So please don't do that. And another reason why I'm not a fan of this 10-step skincare routines is because talking about skincare, you can do so many mistakes, and I also used to do many mistakes. Maybe I'm still doing mistakes that I haven't noticed yet. I'm not saying I'm perfect in my skincare. My skin is not perfect either. This is pretty much the lightening as well. For example, I think it was if you use vitamin C and salicylic acid. That was not pronounced right, but I will put them in here. This can be great, but if you then also go in with some acid, for example, which is not that sensitive to your skin, and then you also go in with AHA or BHA acid or something to cleanse your skin, maybe because you use it as a peeling. I have one as well. Then your skin will be pretty much damaged, and this is not good because of these combinations, you know. And also maybe some things might react with each other, and then it can happen that one thing doesn't really do its job and the other thing might does too much, which is also not really a good case. So generally just try to keep it simple. Look also not which products itself you're using, but also about the combinations, and that's really important, so keep that in mind. Now, tip number 4 is more of a makeup tip, and this is that having a matching foundation or paying attention to having a matching foundation isn't just about the shade of your foundation, but it's also about the undertone. And the same goes for your contouring, for your bronzer, for your blush, and even for when you do eyeshadow, or also for your lips and stuff. Also for your foundation, I would say your foundation is pretty much the base that you should pay attention to for the undertone that it has, because depending on your skin tone, whether if it's neutral, warm or cold, your foundation should do the same. And even though maybe you're thinking, okay, what should I do with my foundation now, because it might be way too yellow, that might not be because you're too pale or something, that's just because it's too yellowish and your skin might be a little bit more bluish. So you're just gonna mix it and you can still use it. For example, I like to use blue eyeshadow then, and here you can see an example of how I did that, and then it automatically fits perfectly onto your skin tone. So just match it up. It's really not a problem, and you don't have to buy any new sort of products. So I would say having the right foundation undertone really can make or break your makeup look, and this is something that you maybe won't directly notice, for example, when you look in the mirror or taking pictures, because when you take a look at your skin like that, okay, mine isn't completely matching right now, that's a bad example, but maybe that's a good negative example. So when it's too yellowish, you can see it pretty much on here, or maybe also with the side behind your ears, and if this doesn't match, then you should reconsider your foundation shade and undertone maybe. Alright, so the next 2 things will be more about fashion kind of tips. So the first one is that you shouldn't underestimate the power of tailoring your clothes. So taking a look at body types, for example, when you have a very rectangle kind of body shape on the upper side of your body, then you can still have an hourglass kind of figure, and it doesn't really have to be flattering, that is literally on your skin, so it doesn't really have to be, how do I say this, tight fashion, if you know what I mean. For example, if you're having a very loose blouse, or maybe a blazer, for example, I love blazers for this actually, and then you just take a belt and then you have a tailored blazer. And you can do this, for example, with an oversized blazer and then just use it as a dress sort of thing. It's just because you have the contrast between where the outfit is a little bit more loose and figure hugging and then where it's more tight, and this makes a very hourglass kind of appearance. So I personally love to say that it's not really about hating your body, it's just that you're having the wrong outfits. And if you style it more properly, then maybe you will be happier, which is of course what I hope. So I hope this works for you as well. Alright, so I've already mentioned a little bit of the tip number 6, which is double cleansing is a must, but not everything, so let's talk about it. Like I was saying, especially when you're wearing sunscreen, but also when you're wearing makeup, it is really a non-negotiable, because you should really get all of this off, and it won't get off just by using regular cleansing balm or whatever you might use, or maybe soap, that won't take it off either. So I would recommend to use a cleansing balm, or even better, a cleansing oil, so you can just rub it into your skin. And maybe it would also be better if you just like wet your skin a little bit with water, so you can just put water on here and then you can just wet your face a little bit and then you go in with your oil cleanser. Also on your eye area because of your mascara and stuff and your concealer. And then after you melted everything off, it would be pretty much time to use a water-based cleanser for the second step, just to wash everything off, because now you have melted everything from the makeup within your face, but it's still in your face, you know, we still want to get this off. And we really want to get everything that's in the pores, and this is why we are trying to melt your makeup with the oil-based cleanser. Now tip number 7, this is a more general kind of tip, and it is that self-care isn't a luxury, it's an essential. And what I mean by that is that you shouldn't just have the feeling to reward yourself after you maybe had a very stressful week or something, to get this everything shower and bathing routine on self-care Sunday, because it should be pretty much a necessity. So, and I would say self-care is all about prioritizing yourself, setting mental boundaries, and it's very great for your mental health as well as mental health walks and stuff like that in the nature. Okay, so my next tip that I have is more about hair care and stuff like that. And first of all, of course, oil layering. If you want to know more of this, I won't talk about it in here because I already talked about this in one of my recent videos. So if you want to check it out, feel free to watch it. But for today, I would say that another very important aspect and game changer is silk pillowcases or just silk bonnets. And for example, if you do heatless curls, you should also try to do them with like silk material curlers, you know? Because for example, when you're sleeping and you're just laying on a very textured cotton or maybe linen sort of material, then first of all, you can rip your hair out, and we don't want that because this can really cause hair loss on a long-term basis, and this is not good for your hair. So if you have thinning hair or just general hair loss sometimes, this might be the reason. And it's also a game changer for your skin, not if you have a silk bonnet, but if you have silk pillowcase. This is why I would really recommend you to get a pillowcase and not a bonnet or something like that, because I don't know, a silk pillowcase is just like an all-in-one in this case, you know? So it is also bad for your skin, because this is what I was trying to show you recently. If you lay on this like that, and your skin pretty much can't slide off this material because it's very textured, like I said, then you will get wrinkles, for example, under your eyes and on here, as you can see, pretty easily. But we don't want that. So if you're sleeping on a pillowcase that is made from silk or something like that, that has a very like smooth surface, then you won't have this problem. The reason why I personally love this game changer is literally because it don't really take you any much effort, just a little bit of money, but you can get them very inexpensive from Shein, or if you're not into that, maybe from Amazon or something. So it's just a little thing that has very big impact on your skin and your hair health. So alright, so the last tip that I have for you is all about exfoliation, because I feel like many of you know that you should exfoliate your face maybe like once a week, or maximum I would say twice a week, but not too much because your skin needs to rest. But it's also very important for your body. So like I said, exfoliation is also good for your body. And what I mean by that is that there are many tools you can use. For example, if you're having your long like spa every Sunday kind of shower, of course you shower more often, but you know what I mean, the everything kind of girl showers. So here you can pretty much see everything that I use for my everything kind of shower routine. And I would really say that all of this stuff is very important, especially the dry brush for your body. Because, for example, if you have this strawberry kind of legs, or you just have issues when you're shaving yourself anywhere and you have like not really an even surface on your skin, then you should try the dry brush first. And the reason why it's called dry brush is because you use it, or I like to use it before I'm showering, and then when you get into the shower you cleanse yourself and stuff, and then you obviously shave yourself. And after you did that, because you exfoliated yourself with this brush, it's much better. Trust me, it's a game changer. And then the next tip that I have is also about fashion. This one might be a little bit more helpful for those who like to also shop on a budget. So for example, if you're going to specific shops where especially the tops or something, or the jeans are not in the best quality, it still looks good, but you have the problem that after a while they are not fitting, then I can really recommend you to rather go for a size smaller than you would normally go, in case it still looks good at the beginning. Because I have the experience that, for example, when I get myself tops from H&M, that I love them, don't get me wrong, but I feel like when you put them into the washer, then they tend to be a little bit more loose. And for example, if this is like a basic top that is like slim, then it wouldn't be so practical. So just go for a size smaller if you can, and I think then you have time-wise a little bit more from the top or the jeans that you are having. Alright, so that's it already with my video about things I wish I knew sooner. I really hope that it was helpful and enjoyable, and in case it was, make sure to subscribe for more. And let me know if you want me to do more content like this, where I just talk about my general tips for beauty and fashion and stuff. And yes, love you, bye bye!